Hi, my name is Thomas. I'm currently doing some hand tool woodworking right now, indoors because I hate the sun. Anyways, this video actually isn't about that. It's about this. This is a terminal, not sponsored. This is a wireless e-ink display, and you could put anything on here. They have an entire plugin system, and I saw that they had a word of the day plugin. And since I am learning Japanese, I thought, hey, I'll buy this, I'll slap the word of the day plugin on here, and then I have a little extra thing in my house that I can ignore. Now, you might have noticed that the word of the day it kinda sucks. Like, okay, every single word I've seen so far while I've had this device has been at this level. Like, if you don't know this word, you are definitely not at a level where you could read the example sentence. Like, this is just completely useless. So I thought to myself, right, like, I'm a software engineer, and I have an entire database of words that I'm trying to learn through the flashcard app, Anki. So why don't I just make my own plugin for this thing? So I guess let's try that. Okay, it's 3 weeks later because I got distracted and built a new guitar. But anyways, I was going to go into really excruciating detail about the whole programming thing because it turned out to be way more involved than I thought. But then I realized that most of you guys don't care. So in this video, I'm just going to go into a brief overview of what I did, and then I'm going to have a separate video that's probably going to be like 40 minutes long of me going through all the code and all the technical decisions and everything. So let's draw a diagram. Okay, so I have a device called a terminal over here. Well, that's not a straight line. This device takes an image and displays it on the screen. And over here, I have my flashcard program called Anki. This program contains all of the data. So what we want to do is that we want to get a single flashcard from Anki and display it on our terminal screen. So you would think, okay, so I can just write a program that sends a single flashcard every 10-15 minutes and then just plop it on the screen. But you cannot do that. Why can't you do that? Because for security reasons, terminal can only get data that it asks for. So terminal requests data from somewhere else first, and then that other place can send back data. So then you would think, okay, so we have terminal ask Anki first for the data. Cool, right? But you can't do that. Why? Because Anki is on your PC, and your PC, for very obvious reasons, doesn't want some random fucking program to come to it and just grab data from it. It is much easier and also safer for the PC to be the one sending the data first. So I think you see what the problem is here. We have one device that can only receive data that it asked for, and we have another device that can only send data on its own terms. Again, this is very simplified. So what do you need? You need a middleman. And that middleman is a server. In our case, it's the terminal server. It's owned and run by the company that sells these devices. So what we do is we write an add-on to Anki. And what this add-on will do is that it will send data to the server. And then we tell the server that we're sending it data, and also that there is a terminal device that will ask for that data. And that is done using a plugin. So now what we have is that we have Anki on our PC, and we have an add-on that's at some interval, you could set it to like every 15 minutes, will send data to a server. And this server will store the data, and using the plugin, it will transform the data into an image and wait for the terminal device to ask it for the image. And then the server can finally send the image back to terminal, and terminal can display it. And when it's all said and done, it looks something like this. So you can actually have multiple plugins on terminal. So I have 2 instances of my Anki plugin on here, and it's showing different flashcards from different decks. and I have it so that it updates every 15 minutes. You can have up to 4 flashcards displayed at a time. So yeah, wow, this worked much better than I thought it would, actually. If you want to make something like this, I have all of the code up on GitHub. It's all open source. I have the Anki add-on published. But you have to be a little bit technical to get this set up, because I built this for myself. I know how it works. I know how to make it work correctly. I don't know how other people might do it wrong and break things, and I'm not going to be technical support. So if you want to do this, good luck, you're on your own. I gave you the code. But even after that warning, if you want to build something like this, I did contact the company afterwards, and they were kind enough to give me a discount code. So if you use the code JUSTThomas, you get $15 off of your purchase. Again, not sponsored. I don't actually care if you buy this. You could build this yourself, actually. But I thought that was pretty nice. But everything is in the description, including my code and also the very long video. And I'm still taking questions and suggestions on things to do in Japan in the marshmallows. And I'll catch you guys later.